Alex Bennett with Cage Press. I'm with Kaleb Rideout, who headlines Eternal MMA 67 next weekend. Kaleb, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How you going?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm happy to be talking with you. Man, you're a week out. How you feeling?
Mate, fit, fresh, ready to go.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear. Well, it's been a little bit since your last fight. I just wanted to know, you've had some time to think about it. How you like that? I mean, it didn't last that long, but how do you feel about that performance?
Mate, it was a quick 60-second sprint, but yeah, nah, the performance I felt good. I was still sort of just like winding into the fight, and then I turn around and then I look back. Oh fuck, he's on the ground. I better finish the fight.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Well, you go from that to headlining Eternal. How does that feel?
Mate, honestly, it's so good. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. It wasn't the initial fight that I was looking for, and then out of nowhere, Eternal have gone. Look, we want to give you the belt. We want you to headline. So here you go, mate. Have a crack.
Yeah, I mean, tell me, like, when you got that phone call, what were the emotions like?
Man, I was ecstatic, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, because wasn't too long ago. I was 2-2 as a pro, and just seeing where I was at with the sport, and then when I took some time away and come back to it, like to go from 2-2 to now, I think 6-2, and for a belt fight and the headline of one of the biggest and best promotions in Australia, mate. I couldn't believe it. I was just so happy.
It's awesome. It's awesome and very big implications. Well, let's talk about it first. Kevin, man, what do you think of the matchup?
I think it's a great matchup. I can see why Eternal have put this matchup together, because, he's not afraid to throw hands. I'm not afraid to throw hands. It's entertaining. It's just going to be one of those fights that you don't want to blink because you're just going to miss something. So,
Yeah, I mean, you are must-watch television. He comes to fight. I mean, it's a perfect main event, right?
yeah, it's probably the most perfect main event to have in Australia right now. Like, there's a lot of good fighters in Australia, but like a top tier level welterweight like myself and Kevin, it's really going to collide, and you got to be there to see it.
What do you think of him as an opponent? I mean, he's pretty good. His only loss is to Jack Della, so I mean, he's legit, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. He is a great matchup. Like, he is, like, from his badges he's got and all that, like being a judo black belt and all that. He's striking. He's willing to go. So I think, as I said before, I think it's just perfect. It's just I finally got a worthy opponent. I was
Absolutely.
when I found out, I was like Tai Long in Kung Fu Panda. Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle shall be legendary. Yeah,
Fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, at the end of the day, July 16th, man, how do you get your hand raised?
mate, I am going to be 100% looking for the knockout because he comes from City Kickboxing, so they're notorious for their striking and all that type of shit. So if I can put him away, that would just put me on the level of how good I am and how good I've gotten over my time and all that. So that's how I picture it. But in saying that, standing there, him bloody too. We're both looking at each other going, who the fuck won that one? I like that too. That'd be entertaining.
Absolutely. Is he the first opponent from City Kickboxing you fought?
Well, I believe so, but I heard down the grapevine that my last opponent, Ben Johnston, was done some training out of City Kickboxing and that for my last fight. But don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he does because I've seen some posts recently that he's there now. So yeah, no, doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's just me and him in the cage. So
Absolutely, absolutely. What would winning the Eternal Welterweight Championship mean to you?
everything, everything. Honestly, I want that belt. You know, I've worked hard for that belt. I deserve that belt, and I'm going to get that belt. You know, that and the UFC contract. I want all of it, all of the above.
So, with that, you get the belt. What do you want next? The Contender Series is coming. They have a few Eternal Championships on this season. Are you hoping to get that call and maybe jump on a later week?
Yeah, yeah. I'm to get a call up to the Contender Series. That'd be unreal. Like, you know, get my personality on and all that type of stuff, cracking jokes. But yeah, man. Honestly, like we got to get this belt first, and then we look at all that. Like I'll let my manager at Phoenix Sports Management handle all that type of stuff, and yeah, just go from there.
Awesome, awesome. Lastly, I just want to ask about a couple of fighters. Speaking of the Contender Series, Steve Ursig is fighting the first week. I just wanted your thoughts on his, if you think he's going to get the contract.
Mate, it'd be really good for him to get the contract. Honestly, that'd be really good, really good. I hope he does.
He's so underrated because like people look at him like, what about this guy? And he is just, he's so skilled. He's not talked about enough because he doesn't come out and talk shit, right? So it's like, but he's a silent killer.
Yeah, he gets in and gets the job done. It's all that matters.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then I wanted to talk about Alexander Volkanovski, bro. He is man, he is beating the shit out of these guys.
Oh,
what are your thoughts on him as a champion?
mate, that fight that he had was incredible. Like I'll just watch it. Me and my coach, actually Nathan Reddy, were talking about the other day. He's probably one of the only UFC champions to like keep evolving and keeping ahead of the game. Like it's the shit he was doing. It was just, it's next level. It's honestly next level, and you can just see how good he is and what level he is. And I really hope he does do what he says and go into lightweight and go for a double champ, because that would be incredible, not only for himself, but just for all Australians like myself.
Do you think he's earned it?
Fucking oath he's earned it. He trains hard, he puts it in, you know, he puts in the work and all that. I've trained with him, like I've done a couple, you know, sparring rounds and all that sessions with him, but from what I've seen, he's obviously he's UFC champion, so he's dedicated to the thing. Like he's got his head screwed on it, and you know, I hope he gets double champ. Like I'll be behind him, supporting him the whole way.
What's a dominant champion like him? Like, what's that do for you as a fellow Australian? See him just all of his success, and he's finally getting the accolades that he deserves.
Hey, it's nothing but a motivator. Like honestly, like it just motivates you even more. Like especially even when Whitaker, like the shit he had to do to get just the call up for the belt, and then for how long he maintained the belt. Like even that was just inspirational. Bloody Izzy bastard, but but yeah, Volk and all that. Like the way he's doing it right. It just motivates everyone, especially like seeing him. Like as I said, I've only done a couple of things with him, like and all that, but seeing how he talks and all that, like he's just, you know, he's a leader. It's the best word to say. A leader.
Absolutely, absolutely. And finally, Jack Della, man, he's come in, he's must-watch television. He's gotten all the Americans. Like, wow, like this dude is fun to watch. I just want to know, like, do you like watching him fight?
Yeah, bloody oath. Like it's entertaining, and it's actually quite cool because I'm coming up like directly behind him, if you know what I mean. Like I'm right behind him. You know, sad that we didn't get to have a fight, but that would have been legendary. Yeah, no, it'll be. It's really good watching him fight, and it feels amazing that I'm coming up, that I'm the next big welterweight behind him and all that. And then who knows, you know, might do Aussie versus Aussie for the UFC championship. Just don't know.
Bro,
it's a strange world we live in.
I mean, you versus Jack Della in the UFC has to happen, dude. Like if the UFC knows what's up, that violence has to happen.
Tell that one, brother versus brother, teammate, or Aussie versus Aussie.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Awesome. Well, Caleb, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you got, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Yeah, straight up. Thanks to Goat Sports Gear for all like decking me out for this camp. Rhino mouth guards, kept keeping my teeth in. Well, what's left of them. Yeah, shout out to my gym, Triple X Fight Academy, and follow me on Instagram, Crazy Horse MMA. I put shit on my best mate Tristan for losing his fights, but yeah, man. And if you're not, watch Eternal 67. It's going to be don't blink, don't miss. One of those. There's stacked card. Not only myself, like there's heaps of other big names on it. Yeah, give it a watch. Eternal 67, July 16th.